What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and we've got even more hilarity coming out of the Borderlands 3 run-up here. The game releases in just a few weeks. However, people around the project simply cannot stop alienating the potential buyers and fans of this game. Now, if you read my comment sections or you talk to people while I'm live streaming or on Twitter, I know many of you have told me multiple times that, hey, I kind of don't care about any of this stuff. I'm just going to buy Borderlands 3. I've been waiting too long for it. And to that, I would say, I get it. I understand. I don't want any of my viewers to feel like, to feel bad for purchasing a video game. At the end of the day, sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm going to push all this stuff aside and I'm going to enjoy something. And let me give you an example of that. This weekend, I'm going to hang out with Count Dankula, and he likes to play Magic the Gathering. My feelings on Wizards of the Coast, the producers of that game, and many of the people that work for Magic the Gatherings are well known. In case you don't know, I strongly dislike them. However, he enjoys the game, and to him, you know, none of this stuff, he just doesn't get involved in it all and all that. And so I bought some Magic cards so we could play some games this weekend. And some people said to me, like, oh, come on, Jeremy. Come on, dude. And they're right to say that. But also, I'm kind of like, you know what? For the weekend, I'm just going to forget about all this stuff and just enjoy a game that I used to enjoy for over 20 years. And that's why I understand the Borderlands fans that are like, yo, I just don't care about any of this. I'm getting my Borderlands 3. I don't care about Epic Games Store. I'm just going to get my game. That's okay. We all have to have that kind of that get out of jail free card for one or two things in our life. Otherwise, you're just going to be angry about everything all the time. But the final conclusion of Supmatto has happened. His channel has been deleted from YouTube, and a Borderlands 3 voice actor antagonizes the fandom publicly. Of course they did. Now, if you aren't familiar with the huge run-up, I'll be very brief here, and there's a nice article here on hitc.com talking about why people are boycotting Borderlands 3, everything you must know. They talked about, first of all, the Supmatto thing. Supmatto is a fairly popular YouTuber with 142,000 subscribers. The bulk of his content pertains to the Borderlands franchise. And as a devoted fan, he's done a fine job covering aspects of the long-awaited sequel. Yet, it's not the content that suddenly made YouTube a somewhat recognizable name, a YouTuber, nor the reason dozens of people are pledging to boycott. The EchoCast trailer for Borderlands 3 featured a name of one of the Twitch accounts, which was using to test the game's integration while streaming on Twitch. The Twitch testing channels was followed by a number of testing channels, and thumbnails for their streams were publicly available. You can guess where the narrative is heading, but Supmatto essentially made some videos using these thumbnails to refer to. According to himself, this resulted in Take-Two issuing copyright strikes against his channel, over 100, by the way, by final counts. While that alone might not be enough to take you out of your seat, with rage, the allegation that Take-Two sent two private investigators to question him at his home on July 25th is more than merely repulsive. And it wasn't an allegation. 2K had later admitted to doing it. Now, here's the thing. Where the Supmatto kind of drama gets weirder. So 2K Games essentially came out publicly and said, hey, he's not telling you the whole story. We think he broke the law and blah, 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 blah. So if they believed that, if they believed they could take him to court, or if they believed that, you know, there were some charges to come, how come they didn't call it? They didn't call anybody. They didn't file any charges. It's my belief they thought nothing would stick, and instead they chose to terminate his entire YouTube channel, which is disgusting. 142,000 people left without a content creator who clearly loved Borderlands 3. This is an obvious PR just debacle. If you're 2K and you didn't like this content, why not just ask the YouTuber, say, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to submit strikes to your videos because we believe that they contain trade secrets or whatever. Or you could just delete them willingly and tell everybody that, hey, I talked to, Borderlands. And they said that, this stuff is trade secrets, and, the best thing I could do really to keep the channel alive was delete the videos and then just delete them. I think that would have been a crummy situation. I would have covered it with just as much fervor because everything I've seen, all we have is this specter of a story from Inside Gaming, who apparently shilling for 2K games, saying, well, we got the whole story, but we can't tell any of you, but just trust us and believe us that Supmatto deserved this, essentially. I don't buy that. I've seen no evidence that would say, all right, he went too far. Did Supmatto probably fly too close to the sun? Certainly. Did 2K react in a reasonable manner? Absolutely not. You're talking about a channel with 142,000 subscribers. You're talking about a channel that exclusively covers Borderlands. So you have 100,000 plus Borderlands fans who are just like, whoa, where's my favorite content creator now? And as of yesterday, I believe, you can see Supmatto's channel has been terminated. Now, on top of that, obviously, Randy Pitchford's eccentric behavior. And many of you have been asking me about some screenshots that I was sent, and I'm doing my best to verify them, but these are pretty spicy. And if I just float them out there at this point, I think that would be irresponsible of me. They are very rough. But if I can validate them, I absolutely will. Nonetheless, Randy Pitchford has had a long and messy history all the way back to Aliens, Colonial Marines. Also, it's bad publicity for Gearbox, with Take-Two reportedly to expect the game to sell more than Borderlands 2's 22 million sales. Yet, despite unwarranted investigation of Supmatto and bullying being the straw that broke the camel's back, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford is arguably to blame for the vast majority of bad publicity surrounding one of the most anticipated titles. Pitchford has been accused of pushing down the voice actor of Claptrap. He's been lambasted for sharing a video on Twitter that showed a kitten and a crab. It's also wasn't back and forth. His back and forth with Troy Baker surrounding voice casting for Race was less than comfortable. He also hit out at Game Informer for allegedly, quote, misrepresenting his definition of microtransactions. Oh, by the way, don't forget his thumb drive full of company secrets and also a spicy video about a barely legal magic trick. Concerns about Borderlands 3 being a banned game are unfounded, as it appears to be everything and more fans could have ever wanted. And again, that is, at the end of the day, you've got to live your life. For me, I'm not buying the game on the Epic Game Store, all right? If you want to, you shouldn't feel judged. You shouldn't feel bad about it. I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm not looking down on people that are like, yo, I'm a huge fan of Borderlands 2 and the original Borderlands, and I played all the expansions. Heck, I love Borderlands. But for me, I was at the point where it's like, look, I'll just wait and get it. I didn't even get into Borderlands 2 until like last year. So, I mean, I'm really late to the games anyway, so I can play Borderlands 3 after the Epic exclusivity just fine, if that's what I want to do. Some people are deciding to get in their boat and swim out into the deep waters, and obviously I disavow that, but I understand why people feel like, hey, I want to play this game, but I don't want to support the company. I understand why people feel that way. It would be I don't think that Borderlands 3 sales are going to be tanked by all this. Do I think that, a couple 100,000 people are going to not buy it because it's on the Epic Game Store? Absolutely. I know this. I can't be the only one. But then you see another situation here. We have the voice actor, Siran. I don't know how to pronounce their name. They are a voice actor of Lorelei. Words cannot convey how hard the secret has been to keep, but for months how grateful I am to Gearbox Official for the debut opportunity. Oh my god, here it goes. I am the voice of Lorelei, a brand new character in Borderlands 3. Catch you on Promethea, Vault Hunters. Now, I don't know what's going on here. They have, I mean, Lorelei's clear female character. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But that's neither here nor there. What happened was yesterday, You have the Flack uses they, them pronouns and repeated. Remember when a lot of people were like, this can't be real. This can't be real. It's just a joke. No, it's dead serious. And then they go, stop pushing your own ignorance and anxiety on the game devs and gamers. Borderlands 3. I imagine it's legit difficult playing with what could be your first game without 2+ options for strictly male characters. That can legit be scary. But you aren't being erased. I swear. This whole post is dripping with contempt. Everybody has a place in this world. We just want to give options for those who've never had them. Robots, which are literally coded in binary. You're telling me that these robots are non-binary? It's so transparent and so just cringe. After that, you find yourself still mad? Well, screw you. It's 100% canon. A robot using non-binary, a robot being non-binary is literally not canon, but whatever. Retweeting this again because it didn't cause enough problems. This one goes out to all the haters. I hope you find what you need in your life to be fulfilled enough that you no longer feel the urge to be a wank not, whatever that is. All robots are he to me unless they are clearly female. I'll probably still call Flack a he, but not out of disrespect or anything, just because, oh, hey, it's a robot, not a habit. I call him a he. He goes, look, he's an angry cis dude who needs to gender robots and feel comfortable. Why is he angry? This post doesn't sound angry at all. Who needs to gender robots to feel comfortable about himself in a changing world? It actually makes me feel sorry for him. If it helps you, I had to unmute him to even see his comment. That's how much I value his opinion in my life. Well, I mean, again, these are the people. This is a very common problem. This goes back to exactly when we see, remember Jessica Price going after the community, it just looks bad for your game. I don't understand why people hire basically activists to work for them. I mean, you have a tiny role in a game as a voice actor. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Okay. But that doesn't necessarily give you carte blanche to not expect people to criticize you when you come out trying to kick the hornet's nest of the fandom at the time when everyone's wondering what the heck's going on with this. But, it's just another Borderlands 3 PR disaster. For 20 million people out there who just want to buy Borderlands 3, none of this is going to matter. But all this kind of stuff sticks with me, and I remember it when I think about buying games at full price, when I think about buying games on your chosen platform. For example, in Cyberpunk 2077, I'm excited to buy it on the GOG.com platform because I know that CD Projekt Red gets more money. Now, if Gearbox had a similar option, there's absolutely no chance I'm buying it there. I'm buying this game when it's like $10 or $20. Will I play it? I'm sure. It looks great. But I've got a gigantic backlog all around me, and life will go on if I don't play this game at launch. However, you shouldn't feel bad if you want to play it either. I don't think that it's unreasonable to expect people to have a few I'm going to blot out all the stuff around this video game and just enjoy it. Because after all, video games are about escapism and not all this other stuff. So I guess if you could ignore all this stuff and you just want to enjoy the game, I respect that. For me, I'll keep reporting on the giant trash fire that is the Borderlands 3 PR cycle and spin-up. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.